Well, well, well. 52 weeks in a row. I've done this intro. 52 weeks and God knows how long y'all have been able to stand my ugly face. And for 52 weeks in a row, I've had this gentleman as my co-host. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. It is the North Carolina Tar Heels Live Podcast. I'm your host with the most, Tornado McCray, a.k.a. Myron McCray, also the captain of the Hooligan Express on this side of the Mississippi River. And that gentleman over there, that guy, is my co-host. Tell the people your name, man, if they don't know after 52 weeks.
Yo, what's good? What's happening? How you living? It's your boy Ricebox 26, and we back with another special 1 year anniversary episode of Tar Heels Live. 52 weeks. We done made it. Here we is. Doing it.
We have made it. I mean, I'm gonna say this, man. This is the most consistent podcast we've done in the last few years. Considering how many we've tried with other people and even our own, and like we just kind of got a concept of how to do it. So I think that four times the charm. It's like what our first podcast. ATFT, Random A. I don't know. Would you call Jam and Marmalade? I feel like that's still in the works. I feel like we haven't just fully dove into that. So I ain't gonna call that a fail yet.
Yeah, I don't think we fleshed that one out yet.
We flesh that one out. But man, it's been crazy. It's been great. It's been awesome. To everybody who has joined, who will join. We know, generally speaking, just like we can be sometimes, our fans sometimes come strolling in and out left and right because they're handling business. But what's been your favorite part of this year so far? And we've done it for a year. We hit the year marker. We ain't been fired. So what's been your takeaway of this year? Like, what's your high of this year and what's your low from this year? Work doing this.
Let's see. I'd say my high for the year has been the dedicated group that does show up every week. The dedicated group of guys and ladies who get people that come in here, interact with us every week. I'm with that. That's like I feel so appreciative that we get to see them. They interact with us every week. That they always here. They show and support all the time. That's probably my high.
That's your high for the year. What would be your low? What would be the thing that you've kind of just been like, or you kind of, it was more of a grind than you anticipated or something of that nature?
Having to report on Jordan at any point.
Having to report on Jordan Hudson was your low?
Having to report on Jordan Hudson at any point in the last year has been my low.
I mean, understandable low. That's an understandable low.
I feel like every time I had to report on something that involved this woman, a little bit of my sanity and patience just chipped away permanently to never be seen from again.
I guess I can't be mad at you for that being your low. Man. I would say my high for this year has to be the amount of consistency we put into this. Has to be the amount of consistency that you and I have both put into this, what we've each flushed out and kind of understood our roles in this. And you and I, we both know we work well together on just about damn near anything. But the simple fact of the matter that we both took pieces of this and ran with it. Like when it came to chopping up the entire pod in the big segments, that just fell upon me. When it came up to doing the shorts, that ended up falling on you. like generating thumbnails together. That became kind of a thing. Like I would generate it, but I would always have your input, and you would be really good at giving headlines or giving like direction on where it should look and where it should go in terms of how to make them really catch somebody's eye. And the fact that we were consistent on it, even when we were facing burnout, I think even though this, in comparison to other channels and things of that nature, this is a relatively smaller podcast. We have a dedicated 285 here, a dedicated 285. So I would say, even with that, the amount of dedication and consistency and just effort we put into this on a weekly basis, developing the docket that we've done so well, and us consistently looking for information kind of showcases what we can accomplish when we really want to. So I would say that's been a high, and doing it with somebody who I know carries weight, and I don't ever feel like I'm carrying all the weight by myself at one point. I definitely felt like there were times where I was like, dang, am I not picking up the slack in certain areas? And then there are other times I'm like, well, he's got family, he's got his wife, his kid. Let me go ahead and pick up the slack here because he just can't do it today, so on and so forth. We ain't even got to worry about it. So it helps when you have a co-host that understands you and you and know how to just work in that nuance.
Oh, yeah, man. We were like, it's been one of those jobs that don't feel like a job, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I would say my low is having to report on the fact that we lost to Duke numerous times in both basketball and football. Like that pissed me off. that just, hey, thank you, ma'am. Word.
Appreciate you so much. Thank
you, ma'am. We greatly appreciate it. But like, I would say definitely having to report on those losses utterly pissed me off. Oh, one of the craziest highs, I will also say, the simple fact of the matter, and it goes into the dedication we did, the fact that we did an episode while on a cruise in the middle of the ocean, hot spotting off a Surface tablet.
Yeah.
Like hot spotting off a Surface tablet. That to me was top tier. That was top tier entertainment. I genuinely wish we had like a crew following us to see what we did just to get this content. Like that was wild.
That was a mess.
That was so wild.
That was a mess.
And I thought it was crazy. So that definitely was something, man. I will never forget that. But having to report on these Duke losses and whatnot, that's got to be my low, man.
Never like having to talk about Duke winning. But you know what we can talk about?
Duke losing. Oh man, it made my day. Listen, from the logo, laced it with the game for game, like laced a deep three from the logo for a game as a freshman. Here's to go to the Final Four.
So you know what the wildest part about that shot to me was? Earlier that same half, I watched him airball a closer shot. I watched him airball a three previous to that three that he shot.
Hey.
And Buddy gave him the ball back, said, "You got ice in your veins." He said, "Bet."
Bro.
And loan that bit.
That boy, you wanna know why? And here's the funny part. When they said that boy is from Indianapolis, I said, "Oh, he trying to go home. He want to play in front. Absolutely. He want to play his championship at home. That's what that is.
He trying to be in front of the home team, home crowd. He want all his people to see it.
Right. He said, "I'm lacing this from deep," and I find it poetic justice that Duke lost the same way we did by blowing a 19-point lead?
29.
When was it
They were
29?
They were up 20 plus. They were up like 20 at half. I think they were up like 21 at one point.
Hold up. I gotta verify this one.
Because if I remember right, they were up like 25 on UConn.
Nah, their largest lead was 19.
It was 19.
Yeah, it was 19. Because I'm looking at it right now. It literally says largest lead Duke had 19 points. Largest lead UConn had 2.
Yep.
2. So not even the game winner was their largest lead. They literally like 2 points.
Their largest lead was the beginning of the game.
Yeah. When they went up 2-0.
UConn was behind for pretty much that entire game.
UConn went up the first part at the 1925 mark in the first half. Proceeded to be down the rest of the game. The rest of the game up until that last second.
And just to watch them chip away at that lead methodically for that whole second half is crazy.
Because look at it this way, bro. Duke is up 11 or 9 with 5 minutes to go. I'm sorry, but then again, we've seen the Tar Heels do it. You shouldn't blow a 9-point lead with 5 minutes to go.
Just saying, man. And you know how we've been getting on the Bogovac about not scoring points. People could say that, okay, I mean, why aren't you getting on to Alex Caravan about it? Alex Caravan is normally one of the best players on the court. So that's why we're not getting on to him, because Alex Caravan just so happened to have a bad game. This man's averaging 13 points a game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and is shooting 47% from the field, 48% from the field. And on top of that,
you want to know why I'm not getting on him? You want to know why I'm not getting on him? Because prior to this Duke game, man gave 17-7, 27-5, 22-3. The St. John's is like, bro, like,
because like I said, outside of that, he is outside of the one bad game he had. He is normally one of the best players on his team. So no, we're not going to get on to him because he only scored 5 points in this game. Plus, sure, you can be mad at it, but he ain't the reason why they would have won or lost.
Plus, that UConn team is stacked in terms of just a good overall depth team. Like they're really good, well-rounded team. So
I mean, shoot, looking at the box score, you even know.
I mean, you wouldn't, because it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, hey, anybody on this team can go off. Because think about it, when you go to places like UConn, UNC, Duke, so on and so forth, you're generally getting guys who are the number one option on their teams in high school who can go off like that, taking a backseat role or fitting into the system to make the whole system work. But if you need them to go do something, you can always have them in that back pocket, except for Bogovac. But you can always have them in that back pocket to go off.
Because what really got Duke messed up was the Ngongba getting 4 fouls and Malik Brown having 4 fouls. And Cam Boozer had 3. Because like we've said before, once you get Duke into foul trouble early, especially with their better guys.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you the real biggest thing. And I know he's gonna get most of the hate because he had the final turnover, but the Boozer twins combined for 7 turnovers. The rest of the team combined had 6. Cam Boozer had 4. Caden had 3. including that final one.
Listen, man, I had to look at the numbers. They weren't adding up immediately.
Yeah.
I had to go back and add.
I'm telling you, Cam had 4, Caden had 3. The rest of the team alone had 6. Excuse me.
I mean, but you gotta remember, Cam was getting the ball more often than anybody else on the court too, though.
Yeah, but Caden's a guard. And
Appreciate you too.
Thank you, sir. And even so, like, you're not supposed to be averaging that many turnovers, especially Cam, because you know teams are going to double team you and whatnot. Because Caleb Wilson didn't average that many turnovers, and I don't think Cam averages that many turnovers if I look at his season numbers.
I mean, Caden averaged 1.3 turnovers for the season.
Cam averaged 2.5. Okay, so that's actually on par with Cam.
Yeah.